Lasers. Don't forget to like and follow. Welcome back to Battalion Airsoft Arena. I'm JJ Moore. This is the tech shop, and we are fixing to do a build on a Cyma gearbox, and it's going to be a gate Aster and a quantum trigger. And I just shot the spring guide across the room. So here we go. Hang on tight. Let's do it. So first we're going to split it. Always take the spring out first if I have a quick change spring guide. If I don't have a quick change spring guide, then I just wait and do it all at once. Let me see if I can get that one. I can't, so make it where you guys can see everything. Now I'm gonna get a screwdriver here. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the bolt catch, mock bolt catch, let's say. We're gonna put it to the side here. Let's see if the screwdriver will get this one in. It won't. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off. And the last one is probably gonna be too big for it. We'll try this. This is your safety, which we're not gonna use with the Aster because it's programmed. So we're gonna put all our screws to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little, kind of lets everything rest. And sometimes you push on the axles. We're gonna take this half and we're gonna put it over here. As you can see, Cyma uses a lot of grease. There you can see their shims. This one actually has still 2 pistons, so I'm gonna leave it alone. And we're just gonna go ahead and drop this Aster in this bad boy and get it going. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys will subscribe if you're not subscribed. I hope this helps you if you're trying to put in a gate Aster or a Titan or whatever video it is you find of mine that you're trying to do and you need help on. Hopefully I could be a help in some kind of way. So we're going to lay that to the side. And I will tell you guys, if the gearbox you're working on is stock and you're upgrading it, sometimes I leave it alone. And I don't always reshim it unless I look at it and it's been run and it looks like it needs some reshimming. So now this ain't gonna work with a gate. So see that? Where am I at, camera? Got to get rid of the grease. Gates and grease don't like each other. So get that extra grease out of the way. And if you ever wonder what a delayer chip is, that's a delayer chip. That can help you with feeding. If you're having feeding issues, that can actually help you. So what I'm about to do is wipe some of this grease off. Not all the grease, just the grease that I think could possibly get slung and get on the sensor of the gate. So be careful. We're gonna be scientific with grease, y'all. Let's spin it off the axle of the spur gear. This grease that they use is super thick grease. So he has a steel tooth piston, and everything else looks really good. So we're gonna go ahead and lay that up there. We're gonna get the stock MOSFET out of the way. Let's open up the Aster. See what she consists of. I just put an Aster in a Crytac yesterday. It sounded really good, really good. So let's see how this bad boy sounds. You can see all the gate products comes with a nice patch, programming card, a bolt kit with some extra electrical terminals, and some stickers. Now your stickers are going to be used for your gearbox, to place it where you need it. So on the Cyma gearbox, there's a big leg right here. That leg has to be disappear. It has to be gone. So what I'm gonna do to keep the grease out of here, So I'm gonna uncover that, and I'm gonna lock it down. And then we'll clean it up. That way we don't get metal in nothing. What we're doing is flattening out this. That way it fits better. All right, now we're gonna try to get any of this grease out of the way. That way it doesn't sling it on the optics of the Aster, the gate Aster. Now the Aster should sit down flat. If it doesn't, you need to make sure you don't have anything in the way. So, next we're gonna open our box. There's your extra heat shrink, Dean's connector, and some extra terminals. Now you're gonna have 2 screw kits. You're gonna have a 2 and a 2.5. We're gonna use the 2, I believe. And there's your gearbox stickers, and that's for your opposite half. Go ahead and pour all this out right here. Get rid of the bag. And we're gonna put 1 washer and then a fabric washer. Now we're gonna put our screw in. Hopefully I picked the correct size screw. It looks like I did. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Who knows? I think I picked the correct screw, but I think it's too long. I mean, it's got too many washers, so we're gonna get rid of a washer. Like this. Come on, washer, get out of there, buddy. And then we're just gonna run the fabric washer and see how that grips. Because you gotta have good grip or the Aster will come loose. So the last thing we want to happen is the Aster to come loose. Let's make sure it's all the way down. It looks like it's going to be just fine. Don't see any reason why it wouldn't be all the way down. I don't like that screw at all, y'all. We're gonna have to get a different screw. I just don't like that one. It's just not as tight as I think it should be. It's not gripping properly. So I'm gonna do is try to get the screw that actually come out of it and then shave the back of it off. It's no big deal. It's just better grip. Like that is way better. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and get this sector back in. And you always want your teeth on your sector to be facing, I'll show you. You want the layer chip facing forward, or you'll run into issues closing the gearbox. Okay, now we're going to do the routing of the wires. Everyone's favorite part. Had to stop for a minute, y'all, and go show an AK to a friend. Thinking about buying an AK. JJ. They call me JJ the AK. That's my name, y'all. That's actually pretty good. JJ the AK. That's my nickname. Call me JJ in the AK. There's a guy in the lobby right now that is like really into dressing up military. It's really cool. And he's in there showing his loadout to Mr. Webster. So this is where it can get a little finicky, you guys, is tucking down the wiring. It's critical though. This is imperative that they get tucked down properly. And I used to suck at this. I'm not gonna lie. I used to always tear the wires. For some reason, I just couldn't route them. Once I learned that you got to just take your time and route them out, I haven't had trouble since. So you guys having trouble with your wiring, just remember, a wire is like a piece of hair on your head. It will train, so train it. Give it some training. Next we're gonna do the quantum. And with the quantum, you're not gonna need the shoosh, 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 shoosh. All right, we're in there, y'all. So everything's routed. Anti-reverse is in. Tap it's the correct way. Piston's centered. Now we're going to go ahead and technically you would want to do this on an Aster. Make sure I'm in the screen. You would want to put a sticker here. And the sticker goes right up against this hole. Matter of fact, I'm just going to place the sticker and show you guys how it works. So I can get rid of this grease anyhow. But I want you guys to see how this sticker works. So that rib's going to have to come off for one. Now we're going to take a little bit of QD electronics cleaner, spray it on a rag here. The purpose is to make the sticker stick. So what I'm doing is wiping where the sticker's going to go. Now to show you guys where the sticker goes, I'm going to flip through the manual and show you sticker placement. So this will give you an idea. If you're using the quantum trigger, see where the hole goes? 1 millimeter distance. So you're gonna take that sticker right there, and we're gonna take it and pull it off. We want all that reflectiveness, so it's gonna go 1 millimeter off the edge of that hole there. Boom. Now that gives it something to stick to and reflect off of. Now this gearbox is ready to close. So I'm gonna take it, put that there, pop down the quantum, make sure my nozzle is working. Now we're gonna drop at least 2 screws in to check everything. Wow, we got wires falling from heaven, y'all. Let me get everything back intact here. Let me give Gate a little shout out because Gate's awesome. And we're gonna go ahead and screw this down. I'm just gonna tell you guys, Gate makes CNC products now. I'm talking about piston head, cylinder head, triggers, tappet plates for DSGs, lightweight cylinder heads. Lightweight piston heads. Gate is into everything now cool. So hit up Gate for your needs. Hit up Battalion for your parts. We stocking them all. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up. He has an 18K G&G and he has this Cyma motor. I guess we'll give him a Cyma motor. Alright, we're going to tuck it down in there real good. See if I can make it where you guys can see. Where's my flashlight? We're going to get a flashlight. well. Sorry, y'all, I don't have a flashlight handy. Oh, yes, I do, right there. See that black wire? You always tuck it in front of the hole over there so the motor doesn't grab it. Show what I'm talking about. So I've tucked it in front of the hole. Now the red is going to be our shorter wire, so you want to put the red one closest to you can to the red, and the black one's going to go around it like this. And this is how you get that quiet sound. And that motor doesn't go up and down freely, something's wrong. Then you don't want to use it, okay? Now there's a split here in the wire. I'm going to show you. See that little split right there? You always bend it towards that split, never the other way. If you do, Gates warranty's out. So keep that in mind. Grab your wires, be gentle with it. Just give them a little push. But make sure they're on good. Just a little push down. Now your black wire is longer, so you can take it and pull it over here. And give it a little push on also. Even JJ can't get it in there right a second. Actually, I think we can go on both sides. Let's see. I think we got enough wire to do this. What matters is how the motor sits, the motor cap sits, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. Doesn't matter if you chose to go on both sides or the other side, as long as the motor is comfortable and centered and not forcing left, forcing right. In just a second, you'll see what I mean. As soon as I get it where it needs to be. Alrighty. Squeeze that on. So now we're gonna kind of tuck that back a bit. Main thing is to keep them away from this. So you're just gonna go around that. And as you can see, when you push it down, it could unplug them. You don't want that to happen. That's where problems come into play. Let's make sure to Cyma. There we go. So now we're gonna take these two screws here, and we're going to, actually, it's not gonna work because the wiring needs to be comfortable, and it's not comfortable where it's at. So this is the example I was trying to give you about the wires going on one side or the other. So I'm going to pull it back out, and we're going to route it the way I initially wanted to route it. And you'll see why in a second. Let's make sure I got it in the proper direction. You'll see why in just a second. This wire is a little shorter than normal, the black one, so I don't really know what's up with that, but it's no big deal, because once it's down, there'll be plenty of room for it. It's just getting it to plug in initially is going to be kind of fun. And then you're just going to kind of move it over here out of the way, and everything will be just fine. You just don't want to get on top of it is all. I'm telling you how to get on top of it, and there I am on top of it. So we're going to route it right there like that. And that should give us plenty of room to get where we want to be. We want to be not on top of the motor. Alright. Now we need this. There's my screwdriver, y'all. Some reason she ain't wanting to go down. Oh, I think I see. So the red wire is blocking everything right here. So the red wire needs to be moved over that way. There. Now that should make it a little bit more comfortable for it. There she goes. Now you see the screw hole will line up and everything will sit so comfortable once you hit that spot. Sometimes it can be aggravating, so don't get frustrated. I get frustrated sometimes, but just got to step back and take another view at it, you know. So next step's going to be testing it. Make sure we don't got to pull it back out to do any kind of adjustments or tweaking. So I'm going to lay it here. I'm going to find a battery. And we got a blue link. We're going to go ahead and plug the blue link in the battery. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I did the programming. The first thing I did, I had to use my camera to program it, my phone. So the first thing I did was went to calibration of the selector. It's simple. You put it in safe, you hit next. You put it in semi, you hit next. You put it in full, you hit next. It's calibrated. Then I calibrated the trigger. You go to trigger, it's on the settings in the Blue Link app, and you hit calibrate, and it will calibrate the most optimal settings for the trigger. So here's the test for shooting. So we got to take the Blue Link off because I'm paired to it still. So we'll go ahead and hook it up. Should hear the alert. Nothing on safe. Full. We're done. That's it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all watch as I sew this up. I'm going to put the buffer tube and all on, but don't forget to like and subscribe. Battalion Airsoft Arena. You know we don't play whenever it comes to our airsoft tools. So this is a build. I don't know the fella's name, or I would give him a shout out. I'll have to look at his ticket. And this is a General Defense or Cyma, whatever you want to call it, gearbox, and a G&G combat machine. So if you guys want to know, will it work? Well, you just have to try it and find out. Tell me how it works for you. Looks like it's going to be a little tight there because of the charging handle. Let's see what we can do about that. What do y'all think? All right, come on. There's that big knot on top of it, I bet you. Yes, sir. Well, that should work. Let's try it again. Probably my dumb behind that did it. Yes, sir. Come on. Yeah, buddy. I have to squeeze that in my lap, y'all. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and drop in the buffer tube. It's got to be trimmed. Look, y'all. It's got the smiley face. Usually what I do about that is I just cut and resolder. So I'll show y'all how I do this. Just take this right here. Well, I don't even have to cut it. I'll show you another way of doing it. If you like to solder, which I do. Let's just cut it and resolder it. I'm sitting here like, dude. So we're going to chop that off, and we're going to move the Aster sticker down. But we're going to find a sling plate first, wherever it may be. Where's your sling plate, buddy? Huh? Oh, well, we're going to give him a new sling plate, guys. So we're going to slide the sling plate on. And we're going to run the wires through these tiny little holes that G&G gave us. That's one thing I don't like about it, but hey, they can't do it all. Then we're going to take this here bit. See if I can back y'all up. Take this here long bit. I'm going to put the screw on it. It's magnetic. It's the only way to roll is magnets. And we're going to drop it all the way home. Then we're going to take our drill. Send it, baby. Send it. And then we're going to go ahead and resolder a new end on here. So I guess I'll show y'all a little bit of it. Normally I don't have a stupid little piece of tape in the way that says Aster. So we're going to move that. I'm going to go ahead and lay lay this up here. And we're going to get us a new end. We're going to clamp it in there. We're going to go ahead and open up this package, and we're going to get out our 2 fatter ends. Put the red on the red, black on the black, and now your negative always lays down. That kind of helps me remember. I'm sure that'll help you too. So I'm going to show you guys real fast. Negative lays down. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that around. Now let's get our negative up here and get it ready to rock and roll too. Some people tin it. They tin the tip of the soldering iron, but I keep people off of mine so it stays tinned. It stays that way. I don't share it with nobody. I'm gonna let that cool on its own. Now we're gonna do the positive. We still got that heat shrink on there, we're good. Okay, let's see here. Let's get that going right there. I just dripped a tiny little amount on there, so it's no big deal, because in just a minute we'll have it right where we need it. Trying to get lower, y'all. My skills are getting weak from this angle. They're not getting weak, they're weak. There we go. Now we're gonna let that dry on its own. Cool, whatever you want to say. All right, so now we got our positive, we got our negative. And then we're gonna turn it up so all the heat shrink falls out. Holy cow, JJ. How did I not? Well, apparently the screw isn't tight enough or something. But there comes our heat shrink, as you can see. I'm gonna take the old mini torch to it. And that's it, y'all. She done. Here you go, guys. Here's the shooting test of it. This is the G&G combat machine with the Cyma gearbox. You can't see it, but here you go. Shows you what a shorter barrel does for you, doesn't it? A little full auto rip. Shooting lasers. Don't forget to like and follow.